Welcome to Chaos Conjure,
the podcast where we navigate the complexities of being pagan in the Appalachian Mountains.
This is Jay.
This is Dottie.
Fill your sippy cups.
Put on your grippy socks. And grab your magic wands. Are we in screen?
Kinda. There we go. I mean, I was in screen. I'm right in the middle. There we are.
I'm going to set you off to the side just a little bit there, wait. It's between us.
Go.
There we go. Look at us. Are we recording? We are recording.
Are we?
Yes, we have 20 seconds of recording. Yay! We're back, y'all. Look, I got hair.
I still have hair.
I think the last time we did this, was it the last time we did this or the time before last that I shaved my head and I was sticking stuff to my forehead back in the office?
I don't know. That was like the time before.
I think it was the time before. Yeah, because we did one at the, we did a shorter one at the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum outside in January, freezing our ass off.
Yes. Just so that you know, we haven't done anything really serious
closer
since then. Oh yeah, go do that.
Why don't you join us?
Come on.
Come on. Come on in. Come on.
Hey, Luther, you scared the crap out of me, Luther. Why was I not expecting you to touch me?
Because he's the big black dog. He sneaks up. You don't realize there's a big black dog there.
Am I in there? I'm up to the side.
I think so.
You're not going to be in there unless you just get closer.
Gonna get closer. Oh.
Closer to thee.
Y'all read my shirt?
Closer to thee. I can't.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I made my statement now. I got hair. Look, y'all.
I still got hair.
Look at. I've almost got. I'm fully into my like 80s boy star phase of hair growth.
You do look like you could be in Boys to Men.
Not Boys to Men. What is the other one?
New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block.
Yes.
What's that Back to the
one?
Future? Like,
What was that little blonde one's name? The little blonde one that everybody seemed to like for some damn reason. But yeah. Anyway,
y'all, I'm gonna tell you in post how old I was when New Kids on the Block was popular, but I'm not gonna do it right now because.
Okay. These are those moments when we remember that Dottie is this much younger than I am.
Yeah, I turned 40 in March.
I'll be 53 in August.
You know what? It's funny because they say you get more conservative the older you get, and I have gone the opposite fucking direction. No, not for me.
I don't know.
Not for me. I've gone 110%
so.
the other direction.
I don't think I'm more conservative.
Because I wasn't anything.
I think I'm much more selective.
Well, yeah, selective, but that's not.
Yeah, much more selective about who I spend my time with.
Yeah.
And the places that I go.
Speaking of which,
we went
to the anti-hate interfaith. What was it again?
Interfaith. We went to an interfaith conference. Anti-hate joy something or other. We are so bad with that. We will fix that.
I will put a logo here.
Please, thank you. At least the front of the booklet or something.
Dottie, show off the booklet.
The name of the summit was Countering Hate, Cultivating Joy. And it is the Interfaith Alliance and the West Virginia Faith Coalition.
It was amazing. It was like, because it wasn't quite like 3 days.
Wait. Let's start this off, okay? We were invited. Okay? We were invited to this interfaith cooperation conference.
Right. Well, it was a summit.
It was a summit.
It was a national summit.
Yes, it was. It was a national summit.
National interfaith summit. Then they'd been working with the West Virginia Faith Coalition locally.
Yes.
Which is where we kind of got in, and apparently
So we have a friend. We actually have two friends
in the background. That's my dog.
We have two friends now, Reverend Jenny and Reverend Krista.
We got a lot of friends.
And we started off with Reverend Jenny.
Right. Reverend Judy's the one that got us. I'm
and
eternally
she
grateful.
made sure that we got an invitation to this summit.
Oh.
And so there were people that practice Islam.
Hindu.
Hindu is the name of the culture, not the name of the religion. Learned that. Go figure. I don't know how to say that, so I'm just going to say Hindu as well. But it's an S word that I'm not going to butcher.
I think that's an actual type of, because there's more than, it's like sex. Like there's different sects of Christianity.
Right, but it's not called Hindu.
Right.
But anyway, so there were Jewish people, Muslim people, Sikh, Catholic, Protestant,
Every kind
Baptist.
of denomination of Christian.
and
not
then
everyone.
there were
pagans.
2 pagans.
Shit. Almost fell off the log, y'all. It's like got a pointy top to it. Whew.
But yes, so there were 2 pagans.
We showed up and showed out.
In a polite way.
In a good
polite way. But
I don't know if I was polite or not. I tried to be, but the whole time, like, I was having a bit of a medical issue.
Right. So we were there, and they had different breakout rooms, different conversations. And so Dottie and I decided we were going to split them up. So Dottie went to 2, and then I went to 2. And we might have even crisscrossed each other. But I made it a point to kind of sneak in and out of all of them but one.
Right.
But we got to meet some wonderful, inspirational people. And
So many emails. If you're watching this and like we met at the summit, I have not had a chance to process. We'll talk about that later.
Just know that we're about to start spamming your email accounts.
Right. Definitely want to try and get some. We'll try and drag you people to a pagan circle. Come join us.
Right. But so we were able to sit at this table that pagans are normally not invited to, and we were able to voice our concerns because the summit was about instilling joy and bringing joy and anti-hate,
right,
and community. And
said, have you accomplished a goal? I'm like, we're fucking here. That was our goal.
Right. Because that was our goal.
We brought pagans to the interfaith. Like,
y'all see my belly? But you'll see more of it over the summer, just saying. But anyway, so we were, as pagans, we are quite often excluded from things like that. But also as pagans, we are usually the first ones protesting. We are some of the first ones protesting. We're the first ones that will go into a school and defend whatever religion they're trying to suppress in school.
Right. Like us and the Satanists.
Yes.
Which, did you know that there really aren't? There are still conservative pagans out there. I don't know how. Yeah.
Go figure. There's racist ones too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I knew that.
The conservative ones don't surprise me at all. But anyway, so we were able to have our voices heard. So we
the dissidents.
Yes, we took part in. It was maybe
there were four breakouts
because
there was a speech. Oh my God, Dr. Smith.
Yes,
Dr. Shaniqua Smith.
Yes.
Her
speech.
Oh my God, it was so funny. She's like, "I'm going to give you tools for your toolbox," and she's like,
"You know what?
Number 1," and she starts going down, and she says, "Number 2." I'm like, "I've already got 3.
I got this, honey."
She says, "We're on number 2, but like I've written down 3 things."
Number 1 was internal healing. Number 2 is learning how to respond to harm in a reflective manner, not defensive. So it's more of a help me understand.
Right.
So you can create spaces that deal with harm in a positive way. 3 is bridge builders. That's what we are.
Trying to be.
4 is create spaces to connect with people and get to know one another, like truly get to know one another.
You can check out Metro Valley Pagan Pride.
Right.
Sorry, I just had to shoehorn that in there.
Shameless plug, of course. 5, help people imagine different possibilities. So it's exposure to others and you get to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Again, we did this.
I'm so fucking proud of us, man.
Number 6 is start building relationships outside of crisis, activism, and pain. Ha! Guess what we're doing?
We're hanging
And
out in the woods.
number 7 is add joy to your toolbox at work. So the thing is, exhausted people cannot move forward. People cannot. I have little notes. So one of my notes is joy interrupts hopelessness, and joy is not separate from resistance. Also, people cannot create relationships while you're drowning in emotion.
You know what? That was so very true.
That one hit so hard and made me feel so. It was felt some type of way.
I think the one that hit me was like right out of the gate. That first one where she's like, because she's like, you can't heal somebody if you're not healed. How can you expect to bring somebody to a certain level if you're not there?
Right.
You know, if you are bleeding, secure. The plane. Secure your own mask first. You think about it, like, if we're both on a clock, and I can stop my clock, I'm gonna have a lot more time to help you with yours.
Right. And one of the things that was said was be curious, not judgmental. And it says, remember that differing from someone on issues doesn't necessarily mean you have different values.
That was true. Oh, yeah, because she said, like, notice what the values are reflected, not necessarily what the issues reflected.
Right.
Because, like, if somebody, and they made perfect sense, because you see a lot of people who will say some out-of-pocket shit, but then you get down into their reasoning,
and it's not as out-of-pocket as they come off as.
Yeah, it's that their solution to an issue does not reflect the values the way they think it does.
Right. And then Reverend Jennifer Bailey.
We got up there and we sang. It was like 4-H camp again.
Reverend Jennifer Bailey said, social change moves at the speed of trust, and trust moves at the speed of relationships. Oh, I have like 6 pages.
Oh, yeah.
6 pages.
I got the pamphlet that they gave us had the note section, and then I've got another notebook, and I got a whole folder of stuff because like they had the ACLU.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things they do is help other groups get started. Like they help the West Virginia Faith Coalition, which is connected to Justice and Jubilee, and I think like there's the West Virginia Faith Leaders, and that's all like kind of one group. It's the same people, but they're 3 different groups. Which is funny because this is how I ended up behind a podium.
And they work all together, but they're all separate. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. You know what it is? Right. It's really funny because it's kind of like Metro Valley Pagan Pride. Shameless promotion, right?
Right.
Because Metro Valley Pagan Pride is like an umbrella with different pagan groups underneath it.
Here's the thing: is like it's the council. It's like that's our big thing. Is we have that council where other leaders from the pagan community can gather and talk about issues so that we can work together. Like we have members who support and come to meetings, and then we've got the council that's supposed to be decision making. And we're going to be West Virginia Pagan Pride because Metro Valley Pagan Pride is it's the unevolved form. It is the fledgling form,
and it's getting bigger.
Right.
And so it does need to grow. Absolutely.
Right. And it needs to get its laws straight.
Yes.
I don't want to talk about it.
Anyway, we just went down a rabbit hole on that one.
Yeah. I got a lot of paperwork
Let's go back to this summit. So, there was a gentleman there. He's a Jewish gentleman. His name is Noah. Noah told me I had to go to the concert because we weren't going to the concert.
Right. Oh, no.
But Noah was like, oh, yes, you are.
That's skipping all the way to the end.
And,
well, not the end, but almost the end.
Well, almost, yes. But one of the things that we were in one of the breakout rooms and we were talking about do you feel that protesting works? And Noah, bless his heart, was on the other side of no. He was on the no side. Not far on the no side, but the no side.
Right.
And
that is my dog.
And I was okay with that, because Noah's my new friend. But I was okay with that, but I didn't understand how,
You okay, buddy?
as a pagan, as a black woman, I guess, I don't know. I would, in my mind, I would think that Jewish people protested, but I guess they don't. They don't really at all. But it was interesting to hear people that don't protest, that don't think that that matters as much.
I would say
give
matters
their
as much as not quite
reason.
the same thing. It's not
Well,
as
no, it's not-
effective for change.
Right. It's not as effective. But as a black woman whose parents were born in 1921 and 1930, respectfully, if they weren't protesting and being loud and being seen, where would I be today? You know, don't you love the fact that the sun comes out when I say that?
Oh yeah, that beam of light just went straight into the camera. I think your ancestors are like, ah. You're getting your snaps from your ancestors.
But as a person that practices hoodoo, as a black woman, it was interesting to see.
There we go.
There we go. It was interesting to see the different people come together and talk about why they were there and why they feel they should be there. And that was deep for me.
There was a lot of really good. I did because there were a bunch that we were together.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was one of my favorite moments was during the. I guess we're just gonna go backwards now.
We're gonna jump. Just get ready for that.
Let me explain something to begin with. That whole day. So I have been dealing with some iron deficiency issues. Which culminated in the day, and I ended up getting my first infusion Thursday. So we had Tuesday evening was the dinner, and we kind of got to know each other. Dr. Shaniqua Smith did her speech, and then I can't remember the lady afterwards. Then we did a song section. I want to put her information here because she was equally cool.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So we all got to sing together, which was really, really impactful to me because, you know, especially as pagans, like there's power in ritual.
Yes.
And that's kind of the power I felt out of these songs.
Yes. Yes.
Birdie.
I had a giggle.
Right.
While we were doing the singing because we're not going to talk about people that have no rhythm.
Well, I mean, it was a whole room, and she was not letting us go until we got it right.
It was not. It was not just Dottie. Dottie does not have rhythm. We're going to be honest, but Dottie tried and did a very good job.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't keep the. I could keep up with the rhythm of the singing, just not the rhythm of the singing and the hand clapping at the same time.
She had the cadence of the music. She had the cadence of the words. She had that.
And then
every movement.
It was
the voice. She had all of it going together. It was the physical movements that were lost on her.
Right. I'm just gonna sway. That's traditional. As is traditional.
It was.
This is why I don't drum at the drumming circle.
It was
I'm the dancer.
funny. Because it was funny to me because
oh my God, I'm so white I'm reflective. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Bing! Right into the camera.
There were so many people that were from different backgrounds, several of them with absolutely no rhythm, that were still dancing.
She would not let us go until we got it right.
She wouldn't.
Like,
you had to get the song right. Yeah, she was like, you got to get the song right or you're not leaving.
Choral teacher.
She wasn't so much worried about the clapping and keeping the beat because she did that.
Right.
But
she was a doctor of she was like
she's
another
a professional.
Yes.
She was like, you guys are gonna sing, and you're gonna sing it right, and we did.
Yeah.
But it was really nice for me.
She's like a national choir director or something like that.
Okay, so rather than torturing you all with me trying to read these, all right, there we go. Pause to read. If you get a chance, definitely check out this guy right here. I don't think we talked about, his name is Torley. he's I don't think we talk about him a lot in the video, but he wrote Requiem for a Red Bird, and he read some of his poetry, like he read it that night, and like he gave us quite a bit. And um it reaches down, his poetry felt like it reached down into me and touched the grief of being in a state that has been ravaged by opioid epidemic, and still have pride and feel connected to the wonder of nature, the wilderness that is our home. uh yeah, so if you get a chance to check that one out, you should.
Yeah, she might be. Yeah, but yeah, it was just really nice to see how
Luther's down here.
how everybody came together.
Right.
You know, you could see that, like when it first started, everybody was like, "Oh Lord, here we go. Oh, here we go." But
Yeah, we were all like
excuse me.
anxious.
But she was like, "No, we're gonna work together." And when she said it like that, it was like, "Oh, that's what we're here for."
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Yeah,
And,
the
and
coding,
it made
everything's
you
in the
feel
same
like I have to do
part
my
of something.
part.
Yeah.
Yes, like you had to do your part. And that was like, that's what led off the summit. You know, it was. Are you going to do your part? Are you going to cultivate joy? Are you going to, hold community and help your neighbors and support your neighbors and protect your neighbors? And it w- it was about doing your part.
It
And
really was.
And I'm like,
We were doing our part, showing up. Like, you know what? I'm sure
I'm
the
very
pagan pride
thankful.
would probably prefer a more demure representation, but we showed up.
demure.
Demure.
I can't spell that word. I wasn't addressed though. I wasn't addressed on Wednesday at the summit.
I was like,
I
my
was
body
dressed.
made it all the way there, and I looked nice. But
And I was cute as goodness. Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
she was like my handler the whole day.
I did keep it calm at the table.
Like, Dottie, stop talking. What?
Yeah. But it was nice, and we had a lot of people come up to our table. Of course, Dottie and I split the table, so I had my hoodoo stuff on one side, and like a mini altar set up on the other, like right behind me. And then Dottie had her excuse me, her altar set up.
That cough was not shade. It was a genuine cough.
It was a genuine cough. Oh, so sorry about that.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm trying to get that sunbeam.
That
It was like
was a genuine
right.
cough.
I'm going to turn the camera a little bit this way.
So we can see what's coming up the path.
Well, that too, but also the sunbeams are like right in there.
But it was. So we had people coming up and asking what was on the table. Explaining how hoodoo is actually
People actually came up.
part of the Christian church, this Baptist church for Black people, and talked. It's a chipmunk, y'all, and yeah, I admit I jumped. He jumped, I jumped, but it was also, people came up and were asking Dottie like what was on their table and what this meant and what this was, and we gave a lot. Oh, I gave out a lot of. I gave out, and I know Dottie gave out. We have an event coming in September that all of you are invited to.
Broom Not Vroom, September 26th, West Virginia Pagan Pride's flagship event. We're hoping
Valley
to,
Park in Hurricane, West Virginia.
yes, and hopefully we'll be doing our logo competition that day. So we're trying to get the logo competition up and going. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of moving pieces to an event,
Right.
and we're running a little behind because we are a volunteer organization.
But,
Long and short.
But it was really nice. Like we were handing out little pamphlets. Dottie was. They were sheets of paper that Dottie meticulously cut to make a little magazine, like a little booklet.
Okay, so now I gotta jump in here and tell you the whole story.
Hold on,
Okay.
because I got this one.
Okay.
We were in one of the summit rooms, and you hear, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
We listened to, yeah, I know.
And I'm like, what is that? Because I'm focused on Adam, because Adam was up front.
Yeah. Oh,
And
we were
I'm
talking
focused
about
on Adam. And
Israel, like, because they were talking about how a lot of, like, people in they were talking about how kind of the Islamophobia and anti-Semitism, how people who feed into those are often
Right.
the same person.
right,
but
and
they'll-
Christian nationalism.
Right, and how about they'll turn
They're trying to turn the Muslims against
The Jews.
the Jews, and vice versa. But they're also Christian nationalism is turning
everybody
people
against everybody.
against everybody.
Oh yeah, they're going
And-
after the Hindus. Like they're now on
They're
the
going
radar.
after the Sikhs and the
Right.
Hindus.
Not
but
that there isn't always that. At
It
some
was
level, but
it was really nice. We were in there, and to listen to them talk about these things, and to turn and look at us like, so what's your opinion on this?
like adults.
And we told them.
Right.
Like, please don't think we didn't, because we talked a lot. I talked a lot.
Yeah. Like I mean, we were so excited to be there. Like I'm sorry, I know I've got a hang on. It's killing me.
But it was nice to be heard during that. But okay, so back to these scissors, to this paper. Real quick.
Okay.
Side quest, right? So we're sitting there and you hear whoosh, whoosh, and I'm like, what the heck? And I turn and I kind of glance down and it's Dottie. And Dottie's just cutting this paper. And I'm like, the hell is Dottie doing? But I'm listening to the because that's what I focus on, right, while I'm listening to the voices. And something's being said, and right after it's like shh, and then something is said and it's shh, and her shh, cutting amplified what was being said.
That's because I was
So
also
well.
listening, and I'd be like, he'd be talking, and then he'd take a breath, and I was like, shh, shh.
But
And
it was
it's like,
it was so on point.
Have you ever
on
done
point.
needlepoint while watching a show that you are enraptured with?
No,
Okay. Okay.
no, I don't needlepoint. I'm
Well,
old, but I'm not
whatever.
that old.
I needlepoint, and I'm definitely not that old. Whatever, here to there. Neither here nor there. Because part of the reason it sounds like it's being punctuated is because I am also listening. I'm like,
Right, like Dottie. These sheets of paper, sheets of paper are drifting down, and Dottie has enough coordination and
I'm making little
awareness.
mini zines.
Right, because she's making the zines, but enough coordination and awareness that they're not cutting paper while people are speaking. And there are people on the other side that are like, what is that sound? And nobody said anything. And so,
I felt okay,
afterwards, I don't know, because I didn't tell you that part. But afterwards, like I have a giggle because I have a giggle. I got up and moved around because I can't sit still. And so I stepped out for a minute, and I forget who it was, but one of the ladies comes over and she says, can I ask you a question? And I was like, yeah, sure, because I'm sitting at the table. And she goes, so as a pagan, do you believe in ghosts? I said, yeah, of course.
Oh, we got hikers coming
We
up
got
behind us.
hikers coming. Dun, dun, dun. And
I want to finish talking about the Z when you're done. Though.
and so
Because
she
I'm proud of
says
it.
to me, did you hear those noises when they were talking? And I'm like, what noises? Right? Yeah, you can start from there.
Okay. So, I think we're in the conference.
Yeah, so we're in the conference, and if we weren't, we'll just go back to that part. Anyway, we were in the conference, and so they're talking, and you hear this, shh, shh, shh. So it's like punctuation to what's being said, because it's not happening while they're talking; it's happening in the pauses. So we know Dottie was paying attention because Dottie was listening.
It's like, yes, he talk. Shoop, shoop.
Right.
Pregnant pause. Shoop, shoop.
Right.
Pregnant pause. Shoop, shoop.
Right. So it was funny. But so afterwards, we're out. Like I get up, like I said, I got up and moved around and stuff. I have problems sitting still. But so I'm sitting at the table now, and Dottie is off doing Dottie. Probably still cutting paper. I wouldn't have been surprised. But Dottie's off doing Dottie. And so this lady comes up and she says, got a question. And I'm like, what? And she goes, as a pagan, do you believe in ghosts? And I'm like, well, yeah, I believe in spirits. Like, of course.
It's kind of hard not to
And-
believe when you see them like this.
You feel me? And so
Like,
she
sure, I
says,
believe in trees too. I see
right.
them all the time.
So she says, when we were in there, mind you, she was sitting on the whole other side from where we were across the room. She goes, did you hear those sounds? And I'm like, what sounds? And she's like, those sounds. It was like, shh. And I was like, oh, no, I didn't. And she's looking at me like, holy shit. Oh my gosh.
I finally cracked.
Right. And I'm like, no, but I did hear those. And she was like, what were they? And I'm like, Dottie was cutting paper for these things. And so she takes like 3 of the little zines. But then Dottie, like, she walks off and she's looking at me like, and I'm wondering like if she's upset because I was laughing when she was like, hey, did you hear this?
Or because she read the zine.
Or because she finally read the zine. But I don't think she had read the zine yet at that point.
You don't have to read much of the zine.
Hold on. So she comes back like 10 minutes later and she has this totally different look on her face. And it's like this look between it was like bewildered, respectful.
Okay,
fear.
okay,
Not
I gotta
fear,
tell you.
fear.
I gotta
Not
tell
fear,
you
fear.
what was in
Hold
the
on,
zine.
wait, because we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
So not fear, but it was like this amazement, this nervousness type of thing. And she looks at me and she says, "You guys wrote this?" I said, "I guys no." And she goes, "What do you mean? It's on y'all's table." I said, "No, that's on Dottie's side of the table. Dottie did that." And she goes, "Oh, okay." And she walks off. So then she comes back over and Dottie's at the table now and she's touching one of them and Dottie goes into her spiel about
Metro Valley Pagan Pride.
and what the zine is.
Which was it? The Meet the Pagan zine?
It was the smile one.
Okay, folks, so a little backstory here. A little bit of backstory. For those of you who are not from around these parts,
These are heels.
these there hills, especially if you start to get out in the woods towards like Roan and Jackson, there's a certain geographical area that seems to be covered with these little smile Jesus loves you zines. And they are unhinged. Like, if you ever run across that propaganda, I suggest you read it once just so that you can get a glimpse into the minds of these
it's
people.
Christian nationalism.
It's Christian psychosis.
It is.
I don't even know if it's
Dementia.
nationalism. It's like,
It's demented.
ooh, they are not. Like, there is, like, even the wording. Which I'm not one to say anything about wording because I have a learning disorder. So my wording, my writing will sometimes come out in just mostly English. So they're unhinged. So I'm like, oh, you know what would be great? A pagan parody.
Oh my god, I can't even let myself get through this story. I'm just gonna show you these, and then I'm gonna let whatever it was that I was about to say, because I haven't listened to it again yet. I said it, and forget it. These are the zines. That's fine. This is the Smile Jesus Loves You zine. I want you to take a look at the eyes on this smiley face. Like, it's on the back, too. These are printed by local churches. I'm not gonna put but they've got like their tag and they got their logo in the back. I'm not showing it to you because find your own. But like, you can see like, it's just like, so, and that in fact is pretty much it's like verses and kind of difficult to comprehend. I suggest reading through it one time. This is the zine that I made as a parody after reading this thing. I got... Let's see. There we go. And then the rest of the zine is a response to questions I got before I got married. So not all of them. Some of them were questions that had been asked before that weren't necessarily from like friends and family, but some of these were legit. These questions that friends and family had asked.
A pagan parody. So, I made a Smile the Gods Are Watching zine. And I put in all the weird little questions people asked for my wedding or that I just get out there. Like do you do animal sacrifices? Do you dance naked in the woods?
I mean, we do sometimes. I do. I have.
I answered them honestly, and I realized I think that might have fucked people up a little bit because I wasn't like, no, we don't do any of that because there are certain practices they practice nude. They don't practice outside in the nude. Well, I don't mean outside, like obviously like out in the woods nude, but they're not going to practice publicly nude. You know, we're not breaking the law. If you witch, don't drive. Oh,
Right.
But you know, I was honest about it. And animal sacrifice, like it's a very rare practice, but
It's a very closed practice.
right. Well, no, I mean there are ways. A lot of people will raise the animal with reverence. You love that animal,
Right?
So
but
it's ethical farming.
It's still a closed practice. It's not you outside in the middle of Times Square. Like you know what? It's a closed thing that you do. It's not something that you do in public.
I would say that it's not. It's not closed because some people who do it are white.
No, but no. When I say closed, I'm not saying because it's like a hoodoo thing or a voodoo thing. That's not what I mean. Right. When I'm saying it's a closed practice, it's something that is
not something we do in public.
Right. It's not something that is spoken about. The people that do it know the people that do it, and the people that don't know the people that do it.
Right. Like you gotta you're getting a special invite.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That makes more sense. Because you know what? I really did.
It's a closed door practice. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of covens are like that. They have things that they do out front and in public, and then they have a closed door practice.
Right. Yeah. Something like it. I've always heard it called like oath practice, like because you take an oath to keep those secrets, basically. I think every pagan group does. Every coven.
We didn't take an oath. Right. I mean, we have enough common sense not to
your business.
Tell.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. Well,
we're adults,
yeah.
But we trust each other enough to not have to.
Right. And some of the oathed information is like cover members' real names. You know?
True.
Like people's personal information.
True that.
That falls right under that. You know what? We did a whole
We did. So anyway, back to this summit.
So yeah, I explained a lot of stuff in this zine that I don't think people were expecting to have explained to them. She sat
there and she listened to Dottie explain this zine because she asked me, she's like, well, can you just tell me about it? And I was like, no.
She don't know what's in it.
She was like, what? Oh no, I read it. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, no, I can't explain it. And she says, but you're both pagan, so why can't you? I said, because we're different types.
Right. It's a whole umbrella. And there's a bunch of us.
That in itself was like, what? What do you mean? And I'm like, yeah. And then I had somebody ask, but she was fascinated. And Dottie terrified her.
Aww.
Dottie terrified her in the best way, though. Because she was just sitting there like,
I'm just loud in myself, and apparently that can be very frightening.
But she was just like,
Watching the dog.
yeah. So she was like, but y'all really get asked these questions? And we were like, yeah. So we go into like the other, like another meeting where everybody is there, or the majority of people are there. And so they're like, yeah, what questions, da 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 da. So somebody brings it up. So we're sitting there like,
We participated.
not
I think we
everybody,
did a
not
good
all
job.
of us are, naked in the woods. Not all of us are, cast, like, and we just went through everything that
Somebody
a
asked
lot of
if we
stuff that was in
cursed.
the
It was
zine.
so funny because you were like, I don't. I'm like, I do. I have. I'm like, I'm not proud of it. That's like some,
Yeah.
it's like admitting to
And-
doing some teenage bullshit. Like, yes, I've done that.
But this is the thing, though. I don't necessarily curse him. I'm more of a protective type of person. But you do wrong to me and mine, I'm gonna do wrong to you. Like, I'm very tit for tat in a lot of cases. So yeah, catch that. You feel me? Catch that, because that's how I feel about it. Catch that.
Fair.
But yeah, we were being asked these questions, and they were just like, oh
They were
wow,
a little fascinated with us.
and it was funny because a lot of our answers
gonna have to
are
move the camera again.
similar or the same,
Right?
There
we go. I got it.
But at the same time, we don't practice the same, and so we kept telling them, like,
Right.
we don't do this the same. And so I had a non-working, non-consecrated altar behind me. Dottie's was on the table,
Right.
and I had books, explaining the difference between hoodoo and voodoo and hoodoo in the church and all that sort of stuff.
I think we only got like one voodoo doll question. I was very proud. Like, we only got one voodoo doll question. For those who don't know, if you don't practice voodoo,
It's not a voodoo doll.
it's a puppet or a dolly. You call it a lot of things, fetish.
You know what I'm saying?
Idol?
It's not if you don't practice voodoo, it's not a voodoo doll.
There are plenty other words you could use.
But like the people were coming up and they were asking legitimate questions, and it seemed to fascinate a lot of people. Luther's over here having a ball.
He's got
But,
something stuck on his tongue.
A lot of people came and they would come and stand on like my side of the table, and they would ask me questions. And then they'd go over to Dottie's side and ask Dottie almost the same questions. And me and Dottie
Yeah.
are looking at each other like,
Like, it's different answers.
it's different answers, but we're just like, you could have just stood at the table and just been like, hey, can I ask both of you a question? And we'd have been like, sure.
Right. I think we explained the difference between like public practice and private practice.
Yes.
Just a lot, because that came up. That was one of the big questions we got. Realistically,
Right.
and I don't think it was necessarily people directly asked, but they would ask about something like something they'd seen off of TV.
Right. That was a lot of questions for me.
Yeah, some pop culture reference, which, I mean, a lot of people do find the pagan path through pop culture.
Right.
It has
And-
utility.
And then it was like a lot of the questions that I got. One of the main ones that I got was, your booklet, your paper says hoodoo. What is that? And I would explain, open it up, explain to them what it is, without giving too much detail. And then they'd be like, but isn't that? And I'd have to explain to them, no, it's not voodoo. So I had like a little book for that as well.
This is a religion.
But,
This is a practice. Oh, and
but
witches and pagans, a lot of crossover, not inherently the same thing.
Right. Just because you're pagan doesn't mean you're a witch.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. There are a lot of Christian witches out there.
I've also seen Christo pagans, which is they're an interesting group.
We're not going to go there. That's
They're usually pretty nice. I try to give
They
them
are.
space.
they are.
They got as much
They're-
right to exist as I do.
Exactly.
I
But,
don't have to understand.
But we had people asking us questions that we get asked. This is the thing. They were asking questions that we get asked a lot. But there was no hatred. There was no misogyny. There was no
That look.
that look.
Yeah, like we gotta
They
there's
were
a different like if I
genuine.
ask you like, oh, do you guys do such and such versus you guys do
Right.
such and such.
Luther.
You gotta stay down here, buddy.
Come on. You're not slick. He's gonna listen to you better than he'll listen to me.
Luther, come here. Come on.
But,
Here's a good dog. Come here, my good dog.
But yes, they asked questions about rituals and the things we use, and I did 2 tarot card readings.
I don't think I did any readings, but I really didn't like put that out there.
I
either.
did 2 tarot card readings.
I didn't stay at the table as much. Like we
this
bounced back
wasn't
and
at the
forth.
table. This was at the concert after you left.
Oh yeah.
But
to be fair, by that time I was done. I was
Dottie was
cooked.
done.
I got all the way to the
hit the fan.
concert. I got all the way to the concert, and I had one beer
And heard one song
and heard one song,
and was like, I can't do this.
like I got to go home.
But it was interesting, and it was good.
Luther,
to be
where are you
able
going? Stay down here, buddy.
To ask,
You can play in the creek.
to ask people questions and get actual answers instead of everybody giving the cookie cutter iced over answer to things. Like it was real dialogue. And it was wonderful. And so I made some new friends. And like I said, I'm about to start sending emails. I just had to give myself time to decompress.
Yeah.
Because literally, this was literally last week.
And it's been a wild week. Like there's been some.
It's been ups and downs. We're not going to go into that.
Well, I've had 2 iron infusions. That I'll get into. Like
Yeah.
I had medical issues.
But, and I broke a nail, so I'm freaking out. But it broke today, and I'm terrified. I'm so upset. But
Luther, you're not slick. Come on now, dog.
But
Luther.
to
Come here,
have
buddy.
someone ask the questions and actually want to hear the answers, and to answer the questions that we were asking with genuine, with a genuine answer was really nice. But it was nice. And so we did the concert. We talked, we sang. We had dinner. And then we went to the concert.
Heather Hannah. Pause if you want to read her bio, the concert, Folklore Music Exchange, which is in Charleston. The one song I got to hear was amazing.
But she was amazing. That's a woodpecker, yo. But she was amazing. And she was so heartfelt. And then Thursday morning, we had like a little mini meeting at the library, and it was so touching. Dottie missed the first part of it when we were sitting around and we were talking. And it was nice and sad and exhilarating and all the words with all of the emotions, all twisted in, to hear people talk about what it is, what led them to having community for like with a different religion, for like the first time or something like that. And there were so many conversations about how something happened in the neighborhood, and you know, they were friends with someone from a different religion, and something happened in the neighborhood, so you know, they went to their friend's house, and they were there, and they were part of the community and part of the love. And I said some words, and I don't have the words on me. And I don't know if I can repeat them out loud because I'm probably gonna cry. I started crying 3 words in, y'all, and the first 3 words were, "Today I want." And I remember the beginning, it says, "Today I want to thank everyone and the ancestors," and so on and so forth, that sort of thing. But I literally said, "Today I want," and I was already crying because I actually had emotions that day.
a heavy day.
But it was.
What was it? That was next morning, so it ended up being like
that
3
was-
days.
Yeah, that was Thursday morning. But we sat and we talked, and we talked about just about community and maintaining joy, because that was like one of the things that was throughout the entire 3 days was maintaining joy, not just after the struggle or before the struggle, but actually during the struggle, like during the work. Don't just look for joy when you're finished with doing whatever it is you're doing, but find joy in doing what it is you're doing. And that really, really hit me hard. And it was part of what I spoke about when I was talking. But like towards the end, like after we did all of that, and we all cried, and a niece, I think is what her name is, a niece. I'm so sorry. I'm a horrible person with names, but she is Sikh, and she was like sitting across from me with like 10 people or whatever in between us. And I started crying, and as soon as I started crying, she looks into her bag and she finds some tissues that she had got from a wedding. And it says something about spread happiness, spread joy, or something like that on the little package, or be happy, whatever. It was an uplifting message on the package. And she sent them, like she literally just tapped the person next to her and hands them the tissues. And people were looking at the tissues and they knew. Oh. And it came all the way around to me, and I'm sitting there like, and I'm snotting and the whole nine. And I feel this tap on my leg, and I turn and I look, and the young lady next to me was already trying to open the tissue to hand me a tissue, because I had my folder in my hand, and I was trying to read and keep my glasses, in my hand, and like I'm snotting. And it was so wonderful. And it made me feel so good. And so, of course, I cried some more. Just because I didn't ask for tissue. I didn't ask for tissue.
It just
I didn't
came around to
ask for anything. I just wanted them to hear me talk. And I was speaking.
Right.
And mind you, I'm still on like the first page of my 4-page thing that I read.
Right.
And they're sending me tissues.
You know what? If later you want to read that and like send me a video, I can edit it in if you want.
I'll do that.
Like we
or
can make
stick
that
it on
in.
the end or something.
Yeah, I'll stick it on the end here.
But man, it was amazing to just have someone. No, mind you, this is the thing. Dottie and I, when one of us starts to spiral, whether it's up or down, because we do spiral up.
That's
when
called
one
mania.
of us starts to spiral, the other will be like, "Hey." Like, you can't see me underneath the screen because it's like cut off at the right point.
That weekend.
Yes.
So like at one point she had to like snap. I was like, at one point I was like, I got caught on a word and it's like full stutter. Like the whole time I'm not looking anybody in the eyes because I don't know that anybody has eyes this whole weekend. But I tell you what,
without disrespect, I threw my hand out and snapped in front of her face, and she was like, and kept going. She had to work.
Right.
Because I knew she needed just a reset. And I told her afterwards when she was done.
I'm sorry to do that to be disrespectful.
Yeah, when she was done, I'm turning and I'm like, Dottie. Like, please understand I wasn't trying to be funny.
That's all right.
And,
like we
and it was funny a little bit.
Of urgency.
It was funny a little bit because there were people standing there when this happened. And I just throw my hand out and just snap my fingers. And it was so funny because it was so loud. It was so loud. And I can't snap loud.
Of course, it's a big room, so it echoed.
And it was super loud. It was super crisp. I will not be able to recreate that for like the next 6 years. And it echoed like Dottie said. And everybody turns and looks at me. And Dottie catches where they're supposed to be at and starts talking. And so I'm looking at Dottie like, la 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 la, like there's nothing. And then Dottie finishes, and I'm like, hey, just so that you know, I wasn't trying to be funny. This is what it is. And I gave Dottie a hug and everything because I wasn't trying to be mean. I just, in the moment, knew what I needed to do. And so these people, there's like 4 or 5 of them and us. So there's like 6 or 7 of us. And so we're standing there, and afterwards, Dottie and I are just like, oh yeah, like everything is fine.
Oh, we better do a
we're
baby
good.
pagan too.
Yes,
Baby pagan. That's not a great word for it, but you know.
But so so we're sitting there, and like Dottie and I are just like la 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 la, like we did what we had to do, and we're fine. And they're looking at me like, you just snapped your finger in front of Dottie's face, and I'm like, what? And they were like, do y'all do that often?
Not generally to other people, but that's part of our relationship.
To us.
Like, it's all very individual.
And they were just like,
I was shocked at how people like felt things together. Like when people were
Yes.
talking, it was like it reminded me of being back in church back in a way where people would like they would have an auditory response to things.
yes,
They'd be
like the call and response type of thing. Oh,
snapping and
yeah.
it was the that got me because everybody around there would be like
Because it hit, and that's the thing. Like sometimes it just hits, and you just the sound just comes out. And there were several times through those 3 days that I felt like not punched in the chest,
but it was heavy.
but it was like, ooh.
I didn't realize, you know what I didn't realize was till we were standing there with these other people, like, because here's the thing about being pagan. We're an invisible minority, you know,
Right.
and especially me, I'm white. I do not have the same oppression experience as Jay does. You know, like you have being black and being pagan.
Right.
I've just got being pagan.
Right.
And, neurodivergent, which is a whole other level, whatever.
That's a
but
whole
like,
other different thing.
trying to separate out the pagan problem, the pagan, what's the word I'm looking for her? Bullshit that people put on you.
The
100.
pagan propaganda.
Yeah,
is a good word.
anti-pagan propaganda.
Yes.
Like, it's not that so much, because you can hide your pentagram. Like, I'm sporting it or not sporting it. You can put it away. You can kind of hide being pagan. So
Right.
it doesn't feel the same until you realize that sometimes you feel like you have to hide it.
Right, like it's not safe. Like I practice a closed practice, and I mean a lot of people talk about it online and stuff now. A lot of people
that's
knew
new.
about it before, but that's new.
Being out about it's very new. And
Right.
being out about it has been a regular
the thing
pagan
is,
like
the thing is that a lot of people talk about it,
you got like a book and a plate under your bed.
and right, but we have these whole conversations out loud. But those of us that practice, our practice is still private.
Right.
We're not out
right.
here like, this is how I do this, or this is how I do that.
Right.
But we do talk about the fact that we do it, and we will talk about other people's stories and things like that.
Right.
But
Being able to say them out loud in front of people,
Right.
Because we've had protesters at Metro Valley Pagan Pride. I know of 2 pagan prides that have been just formally protested, and one of those protests was pretty unmitigated. It got bad. Ours was not. We were prepared. That's how I made friends with the kindred.
right.
That's a whole nother story.
But
like,
it was
my husband-
nice. It was nice to have those open conversations.
Right. To be able to say that there is
And they asked one of the questions I will never freaking forget. When they were sitting, we were in group, and mind you, this happened in every single group we were in, whether we were in the large group and it was everybody, or whether the breakout groups, every group that I sat in, somebody asked, as a pagan, as a black pagan, but as a pagan in general,
right.
How do you feel about this?
It
Like,
was kind
what
of
is
hard
your
to
talk
answer
on
some of
this?
those questions because there's sometimes
And
that's the first time you might run into somebody
Right.
treating you like an adult. I would say the most of my experience with the I would say whatever it is,
traditional religions.
traditional religions, but not just traditional religions.
No, it's
because
not
I've
just
had some
traditional.
bullshit from
But-
some atheists too.
yeah,
But the way
but
that
a lot
people
of the-
perceive witches,
It's oh, that's so cute.
it's infantilization. And that has been a big part of my personal experience, especially with the neurodivergency. That's part of why, if you tell me you did something for my good, I'm about to pop you in the mouth. Just fair and warning. If you tell me you did something for my good, I may
this
take a
is the
swing.
thing. This is the thing. I've had. Where's Luther trying to go?
Luther's trying to
I've
walk. He's
had-
like, we're out here to to walk around
I've
and y'all
had
are talking in the
people-
box.
I've had people say, "Oh, I'm gonna pray for you."
Don't.
No, hold on.
Oh,
Dottie says don't.
you know.
Me? Okay, go ahead and do that, because I need another God on my side.
I am
That is
50-50
my
on
thing.
this so hard.
That is my thing. Do I want you to do the "Oh God, Jesus, pray for me" thing? Please don't. I'd rather you didn't, truthfully.
If some shit's going on in my life, and one of the lovely liturgical reverends that has included us in this whole thing prays for us, that's one thing.
Because this
every
is the thing.
day I will accept and love you for that.
If you truly mean me good,
If you just want me to
if
follow
you
your
truly,
God,
right, if you
maybe
truly mean me
come up with
good,
some better reasons.
and you are truly trying to do something for my better good, pray to whatever God it is that you pray to,
it'll get back to me.
and it's gonna come back to me, because they all talk.
And if you,
You know
pray
what I'm
against
saying?
me, it's going to come back to you.
Point. But if you're praying for me because you feel I need to find Jesus,
He was behind the couch the whole time.
you feel me? If you're gonna pray
Right.
for me personally, I'm okay with that. Mostly because I think that there's super duper one creator, and like the hierarchy, I'm not gonna get into all of that, but you pray to your God or gods for my well-being. If you truly mean it, I'm going to accept that. Because for me, if I have 50 cents, you feel me? And you pray to your God and I get a quarter. If you pray to your God and I get a nickel. If you pray to your God, I get $1. You do that. But when you start doing that bullshit where you're praying for me to save my soul, then I feel like you're trying to take my money from me. Don't do that.
See, this
Like,
is
that's
my
the
thing.
best analogy I can come up with. Don't do that.
My thing is, because a common thing in the pagan community is understanding how manifestation works.
Yes.
They're pissing on everything. So why I don't understand why people create this torturous eternity, this place for their soul to go and be damaged beyond repair, and just to be rebuilt so
With
they can feel it again.
Right. Or
And with
worse,
yeah,
with no hope of redemption.
they'll set up the way of doing it and then follow every instruction they can to get there. They'll create this place, and the only thing I can think of is that's where they want to go, and they want everybody else to go with them, and I'm not interested in participating. Because most of the Christians I know that I like, Luther, come on now, dog.
I told you, if you fall. Okay, so, we don't have anything against any other religions or any of the religions. First and foremost, we truly do not. We took part in this interfaith summit, and it was amazing to be able to be there and to have people there that prayed for us and prayed with us with no ill intent. Huh? We enjoyed ourselves, and we enjoyed the people that we spoke to. And several of them said that they would pray for me, and I'm okay with that. But if you're praying for me for something, for me to be converted to whatever it is that you practice, don't do that. But if you're praying for me, to win the lottery or whatever, feel free, because I would like to do that, manifestation. But yeah, that's what that is.
There's nothing up there. He just wants to walk.
We had
Lord Labrador.
we had a lot of fun. We met some wonderful people. We're about to start shooting emails everywhere. I am about to start shooting emails everywhere.
Right. Check out Metro Valley Pagan Pride. mvpaganpride.org.
Dottie just ran like a quarter of a mile with the dog.
Weren't that long.
No, there and back. There and back was a quarter of a mile. So yeah, check out our other videos.
I'm starting a new podcast too.
Come see us at Vroom Not Vroom in September.
26th. Hurricane Valley Park.
In Hurricane, West Virginia.
Yes.
Um,
Valley Park in Hurricane, West Virginia. Because there's two
some
parks.
of us will be running around Pride. My coven will be running around Pride.
Nice.
Um,
I will not. I will be elsewhere.
got you. But,
And I got a podcast.
yeah.
Woke Up West Virginia. I'm calling it Progressive Practical Hope Corps. Basically, I'm sick and tired of hearing about the problem. I want to hear about people who are doing something to make a solution. So I already got the guy from MadFest. He's going to come on. He might be my first, if we don't shoot one after this, and you want to be my first podcast on there?
Sure.
All right, so we'll probably do this episode in so few. But basically, it's going to be centered around people who are doing stuff in West Virginia to make it a place worth living.
Yes.
Because I need some fucking Hope Corps, and I am not one to wait around. West Virginia, we don't wait to be saved. If we ain't got what we want, we make it happen.
Look, every time that and I hate to say this like this, every time that there's a minor, and I mean like a mine, like a dig in the ground mine disaster, the first place they call is Appalachia, is West Virginia. You know what I'm saying?
We got fucking practice.
Because we do what needs to be done to save ourselves so that we can help others.
Right. That's the proper Appalachian way. Look out for yourself and your neighbors.
Community.
Right. So, what's our tagline? I forgot our tagline.
I need a nap.
I guess that's our tagline tonight, folks.
I need a nap. But it's beautiful outside. We are in Kanawha State Forest.
Yes.
We should say that. We are in Kanawha State Forest.
We were going to go down to the crossroads, but we made it down.
I couldn't. I'm not going to lie. We were going. I couldn't. And it's so funny because I live at a crossroads. So you would think my little happy heart would be like, crossroads, yay! And it is.
Oh, it's a nice crossroads.
But I just don't have it in me today. I worked all day long and I ripped and ran. And I have this wonderful, wonderful 8 to 5 that kicked my butt today.
8 to 5 never really means 8 to 5, though, does it?
No. But I'm not on call this weekend, so that part.
All right, y'all. Well, we need to do these more frequently. We'll try to set. We're
will.
going to set up the next one like before I totally let you go. When are we going to shoot again?
I'm not free Monday night because I think we're painting.
Oh yeah, next 2 weeks are out.
Um,
I think at the end of June because we'll get one for Pride Month. And we need to
That
get one
works.
for Pride Month. All right, so we'll probably see you towards the end of June.
yeah.
Or maybe by the time it gets out, it'll probably be early July. But it's going to be our Pride episode. We're going to do a Pride episode.
Yeah.
We'll
do a
need
reflective. We'll do a reflective Pride episode
Yeah.
during Pride Month, and then if it goes out in July, then it'll be reflective of what we did for Pride.
Right. Because we need a Pride episode. We're both proud queer pagans, and be out there, be proud, be loud. You can get down, children.
This is Jay.
This is Dottie.
Thanks for watching Chaos Conjure,
Now empty out your sippy cup.
and pack away your wands,
Make it home before the moon rises.
and
Watch out for the knot, dear.